You've probably heard of booster shots, especially thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. We've been encouraged to get more than one dose of a vaccine to stay safe. Although the word might seem highly associated with the pandemic, booster shots are not unique to COVID-19. Many of us have received booster shots in our lifetime to protect us against various diseases. You likely received the first dose of certain vaccines with their boosters early in your childhood, during your first 2 years. You have also received other booster shots like the annual flu vaccine. But what is a booster shot? A booster shot refers to the additional dose of a vaccine you receive after the primary dose is given. A booster shot is administered to increase the efficiency of the primary vaccine. Vaccines protect you against diseases by imitating the infection. They contain a small amount of the dead or weakened virus of a specific disease, which triggers an immunologic response when injected into your body. Your body then develops a memory after your first vaccination to identify that specific virus or bacteria if it attacks your body. Booster shots capitalize on this immunologic memory. They essentially trick the immune system into believing it's encountering the virus or bacteria, therefore increasing the quantity and quality of the antibodies and making your body develop a stronger defense. So, why should you get a booster vaccine? Vaccines are one of the least expensive and most highly effective ways to prevent severe infections. However, over time, even a highly effective vaccine can weaken and lose its ability to protect you. A booster vaccine shields you from getting sick and developing serious health complications. The following are the main reasons why you should get a booster. First, the protection from vaccines can wane over time. Some vaccines' productivity starts to decrease over time. A booster shot is required to increase the protection levels. For instance, COVID-19 vaccine productivity has been shown to decrease over time. According to one study, COVID-19 vaccine effectiveness declines in those vaccinated after several months. Another type of vaccine that needs a booster after several years is the DTaP vaccine. Infants receive their first four series of vaccines between 2 and 18 months of age. They will then receive a booster between 4 years and 6 years. At 11 to 12 years, they are required to get another booster called the Tdap. After this, it's recommended every 10 years for continued protection. Second, some viruses mutate rapidly. Just like other organisms, viruses can evolve and adapt to their surroundings, which means that the strains mutate. Since viruses are not living things, they will require a host to reproduce and mutate. The virus usually binds with the host cells once it invades the body, where its genetic code changes, allowing it to multiply and move quickly from host to host. One of the ways a virus changes, such as the influenza virus, is through antigenic drift. Antigenic drift is a small change in the genes of the virus. When the small changes associated with the antigenic drift accumulate over time, a different strain of virus emerges from it that the immune system does not recognize, making the immune system useless and leaving you vulnerable to illness. Antigenic drift is the main reason why new flu vaccines are created annually and why we all need the yearly flu vaccine. Third, vaccines give us optimal protection. Some vaccines need multiple doses to build strong immunity. For instance, the first dose of a non-live vaccine does not offer full protection against illnesses, meaning you might need additional doses to build strong immunity. Going for additional booster shots may be needed to build lifelong protection. For instance, the CDC recommends that adults 50 years of age and older get 2 doses of the shingles vaccine separated by 2 to 6 months to ensure optimal protection is reached. Now, why are some vaccine schedules different? Most vaccines offer protection for a long time, but have varying lifespans. Experts have carefully studied how long a single dose of an individual vaccine can offer you protection and have designed different schedules for different vaccines. For instance, experts recommend annual shots for the flu and the Tdap booster vaccine to be administered every 10 years. Why the difference? First, viruses mutate. Viruses that replicate quickly produce different variants than the original, making them harder to contain with one vaccination. Take a look at the influenza virus. It mutates a lot, thus challenging vaccine researchers and requiring them to make new vaccines yearly. We saw something similar with the COVID-19 variants. Stable viruses like measles do not replicate rapidly. Therefore, the vaccine is more reliable and predictable. Second, the timing between doses can differ. Some vaccines are given in a series and in a shorter period of time because the immunity does not build up as quickly. Other vaccines wear off at a faster rate compared to others. Third, the number of antibodies matters. Scientists measure the number of antibodies one vaccine produces when developing it. If they determine that one vaccine offers enough protection, they will develop a single dose. However, if they determine that your immunity will take a long time to build, they will develop several doses, which will increase the number of antibodies each time you get a shot. Going for booster shots is important in ensuring you live a healthy life. Since the protection from vaccines can wane with time and some viruses mutate rapidly, going for booster shots means that you will be protected from disease or experience less severe and lengthy symptoms if exposed. Booster shots also reduce the chances of disease transmission, protecting our communities as a whole. Now, how do you know which vaccines you need? How can you tell what you're already immune to versus what you still are vulnerable to, whether it was because you got the illness or you were already vaccinated? That's where blood titers come in. These tests can tell you where your immunity is lacking so that you can get the appropriate vaccines and stay protected. Book your appointment with eNational Testing today to receive your titers.